All right. Glorious Saturday to you all. I'm Dean Gartelos. With me today, once more, my friend and colleague,
Jeremy Griffis. How are you doing?
We are back at it once more at South Suburban Sports Complex for your Cherokee Trail Cougars. Tonight, face off, or this afternoon, rather, against the Boulder Knights. Welcome to all those tuning in, even some from afar in the opposition. I hear number 6's mom might be on the line. All right, he's wearing number 2. Jack's wearing number 2 for Boulder. So, welcome all, and pretty soon we will be after it. Build on yesterday's win. Jeremy, I liked what I saw yesterday out of the Cougars.
Yeah, good aggressive forecheck yesterday. The boys are really on top of it, moving the puck well. Good regroups, and their transition game looked really sharp. As soon as the puck came out of the zone, if we got possession with it, we were turning it right back around and skating downhill. Didn't allow a lot of opportunities early in the game, and it's easier to play ahead for sure.
Oh, so. No doubt. Slanted ice yesterday it looked like. And I think if you give this defensive squad a lead, I think they're lethal. We've got a very strong defensive squad and goalie, right, working together, and we saw it pay off yesterday. Look to build on that. So to kick this thing off, I see Gartsy between the pipes, Griffis and Sharkey at the blue line. Nope, excuse me, that is Ipson and Griffis at the blue line with Jet, Sullivan, and Samador. Control the face-off into the neutral zone, and we're off to the races. Blue line onside play. Sullivan to the net. Shot safe. Oh, boy. Almost snuck in, kept out just by their defenseman, and here come the Knights the other way. Centering pass, shot wide, far side to the point, kept in. Shot doesn't get through. To the point, bump back down. Far side, Ipson will get to it. Attaboy, Hudson. Chipped up and out to Sullivan. The Knights will regroup. Line change for both teams. High slot, poked away. Well done, Jet. Backhanded low. Ipson's there. Back to Griffis. He'll gather it, take a look, and move the puck up and out. Tape to Jennings. Into the zone. Poke. Forward. Shot. Save. And that's a goal! Cougar goal. Good pressure there. We'll see who pops out of the pile. Looks like Kukic to me. And that is just what the doctor ordered. Kick off this game. Kukic from Jennings and I think Samador. And that will put the Cougars up by 1 with 15:59 left in this first period. No rest. Puck drops. Controlled by the Knights. And you can tell they're going to try to get it back. Puck around near side. Sharkey's there, grabs it, up and out of the zone. Knights will gather it in. Kukic will press. So will Kim to the neutral zone. Sharkey lets his guys clear, dumps it deep. Forecheck in force. Kim's right there. Forces the dump up the boards. The Knights with a pitching wedge up and down the ice. Looks like Wisman, the big fella, sweeps away from pressure. Out away, Noah. Near boards. In, but not deep. Kept in, though, by the Knights. Shot coming. Up over the cage. And here we go. Emmons on the move. Backhands it forwards. Bumped off at the glass, but he'll press. Samador's there. Comes out with it. Logan, shot, save. Goalie holds on. Good rip there from the slot. Goalie made a nice save. That'll put us to work in the offensive zone. Jeremy, I like the tempo so far.
Yeah, so far so good. Two good early chances down low, and 50% going in is not a bad place to be. Defensively, we looked okay. We're able to turn the puck back up the ice pretty quick. So we'll see what happens from here on out.
Shot through traffic from the point. Working now into the corner. You saw Griffis hop in and Samador cover the point. High IQs up and down this roster from a hockey perspective, and probably more. Boulder sweeps it to the neutral zone. Ipson ahead of the play. Once more, Ipson to his waiting stick. Gathers in, protects the puck with his body, circles behind the cage. Oh, lost an edge. Puck to the boards. Knights come out with it, centering pass all the way across to the far point. Griff, pass up. Still in the zone, up and out, fellas. Let's go now. Chipped up and out. It's like they heard me. Good pressure in the zone, kept in by Sharkey. Skates from pressure to the point to Jennings. D to D up to Ipson. Shot through traffic. Goalie gloves it down and holds on, draw the whistle. Again, the pace of play here, Jeremy, I really like what I see.
Yep, looking pretty good. Looks like the Cougars are running 5D, and looks to me like we have 8 forwards today. So a little bit thin on the bench. See if the pace tapers off towards the end of the game. We might also see some different strategies to make sure that we're a little more energy efficient rather than going the full hair on fire forecheck.
Yeah, short shifts and dump and chase perhaps. Pressure there from Sullivan. Kim's right there to press as well. Knights will move it along the wall. Frank steps in at a girl. Jesse, if you're listening in, so far good shift from Jamie. Jet gathers it in, circles back, tape to Sharkey, lets it go into the zone. That's an onside play. Jamie dumps it back down. Jennings says, okay, I go, forecheck. Sharkey steps up to it. Sullivan covers the point. Sharkey towards the net, puts it to the corner to Jennings. Jet gathers it in, bumps it up top to Sullivan. He walks it, pops it, tip, slot, shot. Oh boy, good opportunity there, just missed the cage, but here come the Knights the other way. Hustle back. Shot, save, and Michael gets that mitt down. Sullivan right there, along with Sharkey and Frank, nothing doing. Defensive zone faceoff, 12:14 left in this first period. They had a step, but we caught up with them, Jeremy.
Yeah, the Cougars definitely had plenty of guys high in the zone. Did a good job staying above the puck, but towards the end of the shift there, when the Knights came out with a little bit of speed, kind of got behind us a bit.
Battle at the point, up and out. Swept forward by Kukic. Goalie settles it for his guy. Emilio presses. Knights will try it again. Samador on the back check. Takes the puck, skates from pressure. 2 guys on him. Knights come out, top of the circle, up and out of the zone. They lost the handle. Kukic will press. They'll look to regroup. Good pressure there from 4-2. Austin out of way. Tucker with pressure, gets it to Kukic. Walking in, shot, save, turned aside. Tucker's there, gathers it to the point. Shot, save, near side, Griffis. Another shot, another save, turned aside. Puck down low. Pressure from Kukic and from Samador. Back to Griffis. Penalty, delay penalty coming. Gartsy makes his way to the bench. We'll see if we get an opportunity before it comes. Oh boy, puck almost went. I don't know if they pulled it out of the net or not, but they touch up and get the whistle. That will see the game's first power play. With 10:59 left in this first period, Cougars lead by 1. So I actually didn't see what he signaled, Jeremy. Did you see the penalty?
No, I did not.
It was 2 minutes for you can't do that. And that'll put us to work power play. Samador's in. Jennings will press. Sullivan's there, along with Sharkey and Ipson on the power play. Knights throw it down the ice all the way down. Sharkey will get there. Gather it in. Surveys, hands it to Sullivan on the move. with speed at the blue line, red line, blue line, goes wide, has help on the backside from Jennings, circles behind the cage. Logan's right there with him. Knights press it, round the boards. Ipson steps to it. Out of way, Hudson. Back to Sullivan, to the near corner to Samador. Set it up now. Be patient. Up to Sharkey. He'll walk it to the high slot. Back to Logan. Samador pulls it back to Sharkey. Up from pressure, circles. Boy, big hit away from the puck. Shot, save. Goalie holds on. Jeremy, a hit away from the puck feels like interference to me.
Yeah, I think Logan was trying to set a pick so that Sharkey could walk around. And,
also interference, I suppose.
Yeah, kind of.
So good non-call is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll take it.
So.
I'll take it. Jet will step to the face-off circle, and he wins it back. Tapped from Sullivan to Sharkey. D to Ipson. Back to Sharkey, top of the slot. Logan shot. Goalie centered it, and we'll hand it to the ref. Halfway through this power play, a couple of shots, but I don't know about opportunities, Jeremy. I'd like to see us move the puck more, get that goalie moving more.
Yeah, have yet to really establish control of the puck and move it with deliberation around the defense here. Oh, here's a lane.
Shot, good rip, had the corner. Centering pass, and the goalie will settle it. Jennings right there in case it pops free. 41 seconds remain.
Yeah, on the power play, you tend to try and want to isolate one guy, right? You have the numbers out there, but you can't stay around the perimeter, so you find the one guy that you want to have an outman situation against and go 2-on-1 against him, force him to commit, and leave a lane for the other man to step in. Then it kind of devolves into chaos down low for the defense, and more opportunities present themselves.
Just like I was about to explain it, Jeremy. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you letting me get a word in.
So here we go. We press. Emmons, shot, save, backside, shot, and that's a goal! Ryan Emmons lights the lamp. That is a power play goal. That's what I like to see. 4-4 at the back door, buries it, pops out of the pile. Looks like Emmons from Kim and Griffis, if they came out in order. And that makes it 2-0. Good guys. Attaway.
Yep, rebound came right out in the front, right to Ryan's stick, and he made no mistake and put it in the back of the net.
It's good stuff. Here we go. Possession again. Wisman to Sharkey. Stretch up and into the zone. One touch to Kim. Up high. Knights come out with it. They'll press ahead. Wisman pushes him wide. Sharkey's there on the back check as well. Noah comes up, moves it up to the point, kept in, now pushed out. Boy, a little bit of a hook there. No call, no problem. Keep playing hockey. Emmons will put it into the zone. Pressure, 24. That's Jake Dreiling today. Get down there. Attaboy, Jake. Comes out with it to Kim. He'll circle behind the cage. Up top to Ipson. He'll pull it out. Let his guys clear. Good pressure from Kim. Gets it in. They'll put it off the glass. Kept in at the point by Sharkey. And the Knights will try it again. Up to the neutral zone. This time Kukic bangs it forward. Lob shot there. Into the zone. Ipson's there too at first. He'll check his shoulder, get behind the cage, and take a look. Skates away from pressure. Poked in by the Knights. Tucker will get there. Gathers it in with speed to the far side. Pass up and into the zone. They're going to say that puck was tipped, so it's alive. Kukic is there. Griffis, little push in the back, but he maintains control, keeps it in. Now they poke it out. Ipson will gather it in, huts it off the boards and ahead. Bank shot into the zone. Pressure from Kukic. And the Knights get the red line, blue line, onside play. They play it through. Ipson takes it away. Plays it to the corner. Well done, Hudson. And he will put it up and down the ice. That looks like icing. And I don't mind that at all, Jeremy. Too strong on your stick, way better than not strong enough.
Yeah, for sure. What you don't want to do when you got a 2-0 lead is, make a turnover at the blue line, let them turn the puck around, and then end up in the back of your net. So I'd like to see no mistakes here from the Cherokee Trail team. If you get in trouble, that's okay. Put it high off the glass and out.
Agree. Get the whistle and get back to work. Face-off controlled by the Cougars. Sharkey to Sullivan. Brady pulls it back, gives it a right around the boards. Jett helps it out of the zone. Sharkey's with him now on the move. Backside from Sullivan. Pass, sees him. Shot, save. Oh, boy. Great look there. Great opportunity. Jett covers that point because Sharkey hopped in. Well played. 2-7. Back in our zone. Retreats back. Skates from pressure. Surveys the ice. Opens it up. On sides. Near side to Kim. Solo. Shot. Doesn't get through. Sharkey steps to it. Puts it on net. Blocked by the defenseman. Jett checks his shoulder. Gathers the puck. Puts it to the point to Frank. She drops it right back down to Jennings. Gets a face full of Knights for her trouble. Working down low. Battle comes out. Behind the cage. Sharkey shot. Blocked by the defense again. Centering pass to the slot. Knights will grab it and look to break out. Ahead they come. Sullivan right with them. Centering pass towards the net. That got exciting, but nothing doing. Keep working. Bendy-tendy play there. Puck stays out of the net. Near side now. Oh, hitting the back right at the boards. No call, no problem. Solo pops right back up. Keeps playing. Dumped in on net from Jennings. Goalie settles it, hands it to his guys, and the Cougars get a wholesale line change, and the Knights will look to break out and get into the zone. They're off sides. Puck got to go first at every level I know of. But no harm, no foul. Emmons into the neutral zone, drops it for Griffis, who moves it ahead to Dreiling, who drops it into the zone. Good pressure. Samador will press on the forecheck. Knights will push to the far side to Ipson. Hudson back down the wall. Boy, they want to finish that check at the point, Jeremy. They've done that a couple times now.
Yeah, they're not messing around. They're coming hard, which, trying to make a statement, get back into the game when you're down 2 goals.
And here come the Knights again. They'll dump it in. Griffis will get there. So will the Knights on the forecheck. To the point. Through traffic. Tip. Save. And covered. Atta kid. Boy, through traffic, that had all the makings of an ugly play. But puck stays out of the net. I saw one save or two, then defense swept it away, and then a mass of humanity, Jeremy.
Yeah, greasy goals count the same as nice, pretty goals. So you don't really care how they go in. You just care that they go in. As far as the physical game, after you get down 2-0, you probably got some motivating words from the coaches. Go out there and do something. Right, let's go make a statement, not just fold up tents and go home.
It's what good coaches do. And here we go. Solomon ahead with it. They'll pitchfork it up and out of the zone. They push it wide. Wisman will get there first. Pressure and into his own bench.
It's a good way to limit your ice time.
Hey, Coach, just making sure you're awake. Defensive zone faceoff to the right of the cage. Looks like Kim, Kukic, Sharkey, Wisman, and Tucker. Face-off push to the cage right off the puck drop. Again, that kind of elbow in the back at the glass. Not sure how I feel about it yet, Jeremy.
I think the boys, they know that it was coming, so
yeah.
I haven't seen anything that gets my hair on end just yet, but then again, my standards are maybe a little bit rougher.
I like it. The honest view. Kukic in. Behind the net. Keeps going with it. Has presence in front from Tucker. Moves the puck to Kim. Kukic down low. Tucker will step to it. Gets behind the cage. Out of way, Austin. Keep working. Puts it right back down low. Trip. They got it. And that's an easy call for the ref to make. Do you call high stick or a trip? Either way, The Knights will go spend a few minutes in the box to contemplate their actions, and then once more, the man advantage for the Cougars, power play. I see Samador, Ipson, Sullivan, Sharkey, and Jennings. Boy, talk about a squad.
Yeah, the official call was an elbow on that one.
Okay. He had many to choose from. Knights will pitchfork it up and out. Sharkey's back to it. Forechecker working hard to get there. He gets behind the cage. They pick a side, so he goes the other way. Carter moves it ahead to Samador. One touch to Jennings. Centering pass to Sullivan. You get the sense those guys have done that before, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Well, in the penalty kill setup was a 1-1-2 and a pretty aggressive one at that. So get a little bit of speed, move past those first two guys, and you're in business.
Sharkey.
Here we go again.
Cougars regroup.
Yep.
Crossways, backside, have a shot. Just wide, near side, Samador's there, gathers it in, takes a look. They're going to give him a lane. He's going to take it, walks it, leaves it for Sharkey. Down low to Jennings. Centering pass, puck at the crease, up and out. That's going to let the Knights get a trade. Ipson skates back, cuts it short, stretch pass to Jennings. He's got room, attaboy Jet, pulls up, puts it back down low. Sullivan's there, 51 seconds left in the power play. On the boards and back to the neutral zone. Griffis read it well, got ahead of the puck, and we'll get right back in. Jets, shot, kaboom, save, loose, still loose. Keep working, Samador on his stick. To the corner. Goalie's twig is behind the cage, or somebody's is. Can a defenseman give the goalie his stick, Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay. Because he did. And that's tipped into the netting and a whistle. And the Knights will exchange equipment back to their original owners. And we will get an offensive zone face-off and a line change in the power play for the Cougars. Emmons, Kim, Dreiling, Griffis, and Frank. Face-off is contested. Knights will look to break out. And they'll just dump it down the ice, try to kill off that penalty. Gartzy will settle it behind the cage for Dakota. Forecheck coming. Calm play there from 4-1. Griffis skates with speed at the red line and the blue line. Have one here, Dakota. Shot. Pump fake behind the cage. Still working down low. That's Jake. Near boards now. Emmons working hard. Frank steps to it. Battle. Puck pops out, but not out of the zone. High slot. Who's on puck? Jake says it's me. And they'll throw it down the ice. The power play's over. Both teams full strength. Tipped. Under a minute now. The fast clock going on the wall. Stretch pass. Jake tips it into the zone. Well done. The Knights will try it again. Up high slot, shot, save. At a kid, put to the boards. Emmons. Another shot coming. Oh boy. Opportunity there, they didn't connect. Defense was on it. Into the zone, 26 seconds now. Wisman will pull it in. Crossways over to Kukic. We clear the zone. It's in and kept in. That puck's alive. 10 seconds now. Kukic down low. Still battles. Lost his edge. Wisman bumped it back down low, and that will do it for period number 1. Jeremy, a good period of hockey for the Cougars.
Yeah, pretty good one. I think after watching one period, the writing is on the wall, and if Cherokee Trail can keep their foot on the gas and keep some speed on the attack, I think they'll have a lot of success here. On the other side of the ice, some good saves by the Knights goaltender, hanging in there, and they're doing a good job of getting the zone and turning it around, but just not maintaining control through the neutral zone, and very, very limited offensive zone time. So I'm sure their coach is having a word or two with them about that. Try and get that rectified for the second period.
I suspect we'll start to see them take some action to get out of the zone quicker. and behind our D to create some opportunities. And so now the full crew is here. We'll welcome Ed Tucker back behind the camera. Jeremy stepped in for the first period. Appreciate that. It is very hard for me to call games and do the camera. You see that show up in camera away from puck, Jeremy. So thanks for doing that for me.
Oh, I'm sure the folks watching at home will be glad to see Ed's steady hand back on the camera. The Dramamine was probably flowing freely in the first period. But good offensive zone time from the Cherokee Trail Cougars. No problems breaking out of their zone. Good crisp passes out, and again, once they establish some speed in the neutral zone, they're kind of off to the races. The Knights need to focus on staying the heck out of the penalty box. Their forecheck on the penalty kill seems to be one that Cherokee Trail has no problem working through. So I see that as being a potential difference maker as the game wears on. More penalties for the Knights spells bad news on their side, and it's good stuff for the Cougars.
Well said. And we'll get ready to start this second period. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Let's play some hockey. Samador steps to the dot. He's got Sullivan and Jennings with Wisman and Sharkey on the blue line. And we're in onside play. Their goalie will settle it. Forecheck from Samador. He's right there. Knights will look to break out. Well played by Jennings. Shot, save. Goalie holds on. I'm not sure he knew he had it, Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't think so. It was definitely headed right for his logo.
Good hard shot, though.
Yeah, he might have had to pick that one out a little bit.
Face off. Samador steps to the dot. Face off into the netting from the Knights, and a defensive zone face off. We'll try it again.
In the NHL, that'd be looking at another penalty for delay a game, right?
Face off one. Jennings puts it forward, takes an elbow to the chops for his trouble. Pokes it away. Knights will try it again. Good, strong play by the Cougars here. Samador skates by one to the slot. Shot coming. Just missed the corner.
Yeah, and there you can see that transition again. The puck came outside the offensive zone for just a split second, and then we were able to turn it around to get back on the offensive side of the puck. It's good stuff. And
I see a whistle, but I don't know what for.
The net is off, and I think when Jennings was chasing him behind the net, the net came loose.
You know, that's one way to get a whistle, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's why the puck's coming outside, too. If you're the offensive team and you dislodge the net, then the puck comes outside. The face-off's outside the zone.
I didn't see how it went down, but it happens. So face-off, Knights ahead with it. This guy wants to go. You can tell. We'll have to keep an eye on 28, Jeremy. I haven't seen him yet, but puck on the near side, good defensive effort. Shot, doesn't get through. Well played defensively. Griffis tying up their guy. I love that battle in front of the net. That puck's loose. Tucker on the move. Here we go. Backside from Kukic. Front side shot, save, and a little bit of snow. I think that was from his own guy, friendly fire.
Yeah. So while we were watching the rush on that play, I was watching what was happening behind the play, and the Knights were definitely slow coming out of the offensive zone. I think they were hoping that Austin would miss wide of the puck, and so often what happens is that puck rings around the boards, then it comes up for a fast break the other direction.
Yep. Interesting. Good observation. Puck at the boards. Well played by Griff. The Knights poke it up and out. Neutral zone. Ipson's there out of way, HUD. Bangs it forward. Kukic on the forecheck. Boy. Shot, save, and frozen. And they swipe again. And Dakota says, you're not going to have a long, happy life down here if you swing at my goalie.
Yeah, it's kind of a good stick there to pick that puck out of the air. I think Dakota was going for a little sauce pass over to Hudson, and they got a piece of it and had some other plans.
Yeah, impressive play, to be honest. I just would be fine if they didn't do that stuff after the goalie has it covered like that. Again, frozen puck. thou shalt not. But God loves defensemen, and so do goalie moms. Samador steps to the face-off circle. He wins it. Oh, puck whistle. Puck still out of the net, so no matter. But I don't like the shot after the whistle. But it was kind of a bang-bang thing, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. I think they're ejecting the red center here. Not sure what for. Looks like the guy behind on the backside was sneaking in.
Gotcha. Puck drops again. Face-off won by Samador to the corner, but the forecheck hops right to it. Physical play from Sharkey. Oh, wow. Well done there. Samador skates away from pressure, took a stick to the chin. It happens sometimes. No call, no problem. Keep playing. Forecheck from Dreiling. And you're starting to see the physicality from the Cougars in response. Shot, save, rebound, loose, and that's a goal! Cherokee Trail goal. Mass of humanity in front of the net. Let's see who pops out of the pile. I think it was Sharkey. And it was 8-1. Lights the lamp. Assist from Samador and Emmons and maybe everybody else. It looked like we all touched the puck there, Jeremy.
Yeah, I was bouncing around a lot. They don't have to be pretty. They just have to cross that line.
You know that's right. Out away, 3-0 Cougars. We continue on, 14:45 in the second. Frank, D to Sharkey. Short pass ahead to Jennings. Jet over to Samador. Plays it off his feet towards the cage. And the goalie will grab it. Willie Mays style. Looked like a basket-style catch there. Say hey.
Trying to get him on the changeup.
Offensive zone face-off. Here we go. Samador, Jennings, Sullivan, Frank, Sharkey. Face-off one. Sullivan shot, save to the corner. Samador's there. So is Jennings. God, I love our back check that starts in the offensive zone, Jeremy. Puck down deep. Frank will get there first. Forecheck coming hard. She backhands it away from their guy. Puck around to the point. Backside pass. Shot. Save. Save. Save again. That'll do. And that'll bring a whistle, and I'm not sure what for, but the puck's out of the net, so I'll take it. Maybe the net's off. Yep. Lots of action at that post.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's going on down there. Like you said, the physical play is starting to pick up, and you're starting to see a couple guys push and shove after the play. So wondering if there's some creative turn of phrases down there being exchanged.
They're all making friends, I think, Jeremy.
Sure they are.
Solo steps to the dot. He wins it forward, but the Knights will play it to the point and try to dump it in deep. Ipson will gather it. Stick handles by one, gets it into the zone. The Knights will look to possession clear, and they will put it into the netting. A lot of wax on that guy's stick. I keep seeing him put it into the black netting.
Yeah, sometimes maybe he hasn't played this level of hockey for very long. Sometimes you start to stick handle that that hockey puck like a hand grenade. Just want to get it off your stick before it explodes.
Boy, it's something I can relate to in my own game, Jeremy. You don't need Gartelos this one handling the puck. Puck to the boards. Sullivan to it with support from Griffis. You see Jet cover the point.
Delayed call.
Again, yep. High hockey
Got a hook.
IQ. All these players know what's up.
Hook on Boulder.
Yep. And they will go to the box and feel shame. And we will go to work with the man advantage. 13:34 left in this second period.
And here we go. We'll see if my prediction's right. I said Boulder needed to stay the heck out of the box because our power play was looking okay, and they didn't seem to have many ways to slow us down in the neutral zone. We'll see if I know what I'm talking about or if I'm just making it up as I go.
Well, the face-off won by the Cougars. Instead of pushing it back, Samador plays it forward. Ipson steps to it, sets it up to the point to Sullivan. He'll walk it, far side to Samador. Logan to the point to Sharkey. Sharkey near side to Ipson. He'll play it to the dot. Shot, save, rebound, loose. Sullivan grabs it, steps down low, puts it off the boards. You'll see him move it up to Ipson. Ipson over to Sharkey, high slot, backside to Samador. Logan will play it to the corner. Jett will pick it up, move it to the wall. He'll hit the brakes. To the point to Sharkey. Sharkey pulls up top of the dot, protects it with his body, hands it to Jett. Jett down low, shot save, rebound loose, and the goalie will lay right down on it. The puck's loose, and nobody saw it for a second. And the whistle blown.
High skill play attempted there by Logan, and I think the goalie just got enough of it to keep it, even get it on his forehand on the backside there. But really high skill play and full zone pressure. They haven't gotten it clear yet. Here we are with 1:11 left on the power play.
It is a thing of beauty so far, this power play. I'd like to see more shots. Face off one to the point. Sharkey walks it, top of the slot. Over to Hudson. Far side to Samador. Logan steps, pulls up. Down low to Jennings. Jett to the dot. Shot, save to the corner. Jennings will put it near side to Ipson. Ipson to the corner, skates behind the cage. Centers, shot, save, rebound. And that's a goal! Good, hard shot from Sullivan. Goalie got a piece, but not enough. And that puck hits pay dirt, and that will make it 4-0. Power play goal, Cougars. Sullivan from Ipson and Samador. Had away. Boy, you called it. You called it, Jeremy.
That was a lucky guess, I'm sure.
Face-off, contested. The Knights will push it forward and get it into the zone. Back behind the cage, Sharkey's there. Frank pulls up in front of the net, at a girl. Sharkey stick handles by one, then moves the puck to Tucker. He'll carry it up and out. He's got Kim with him. Pokes it forward. Gets a elbow for his troubles. Puck to the near boards now. And the Knights will push it up and down the ice. Tucker will get there first. He checks his shoulder, but it's going to be icing. And that'll bring an offensive zone face-off. 11:48 left in this second period.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Cherokee Trail decides to do. They're keeping the pressure on. 4-goal lead, not even halfway through the second period yet. Clearly dominating in offensive zone chances. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep their foot on the gas, get a couple more goals, or if they try and just tone it down a little, play a little defensive hockey. But with the edge that Boulder's bringing to the game, I have a feeling that they're going to just keep going.
I think you're right. We'll see. Puck to the neutral zone. Sharkey there, protects it with his body, circles from pressure, and moves into the zone. Chips it by one. He'll press it himself, down low. Carter comes out with it, out of way. Backside shot. Save. Goalie holds on. Well read. Great feed from 81 to 29 Kim. One-timer. And the goalie made a nice save there.
Yeah. Solomon did a really great job getting that on net. Those one-timers, especially when that pass is humming across from east to west, those are difficult passes. The more perpendicular that pass comes, the harder that shot is to get on net.
Well done. D to D, you saw it poked by the Knights. Boy, bit of a trip there. Ipson plays it from the ice down into the zone. Out of way, Hudson. Puck up the slot. Knights are there on the move. Into the zone. Well played defensively. Good poke, up and out. Knights will have to regroup. They dump it in. Delayed penalty coming, or offsides? Delayed penalty.
It's got to be on us for something.
Got to be. I just didn't see a penalty. He's going to say hook. I didn't see it, Jeremy, did you?
I did not see it.
Ryan Emmons is going to cool his heels in the penalty box for 2 minutes for hooking. That'll give us the Cougars' first short-handed opportunity. Penalty kill onto the ice. Looks like Ipson, Sullivan, Jennings, and Griffis. Jet will step to the dot.
Well, I don't know. I think Boulder's playing with fire here. You don't want to get 44 spun up. Ryan Emmons about 110 pounds of pure fury.
You know that's right. Plays with great passion. Puck up and down the ice. So far, so good on the PK. One guy in. Sullivan says it's me. He'll keep him honest behind the net. Little jazz hands there from their goalie. Knights skate in, onside play. They pull up.
Yeah, totally
and try to
unimpeded.
set it up.
Sorry there. Totally unimpeded through the neutral zone. We got to slow him down.
Puck to the near boards. You look for that box to expand and contract a bit, huh?
A little bit. Nope, there's a goal.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of a bad bounce. Went back right back the other way after going back and forth laterally in front of the net.
Yeah, unlucky there. Power play goal for the Knights, and that will make it 4-1. Bit of a funny bounce. Let's see how the Cougars respond.
Yep, I guess there's two edges to that sword. You got to make sure that you do your job when you're on the power play, but you also got to make sure that you don't get in the box and kill off those penalties when they happen as well.
Yep. Kim steps to the face-off dot, pushes it forward. Kukic will press, so will Kim. Their guy was playing the body the whole way. Kukic got there first to the puck. He's still working on it in the corner. Kim has it in his skates now. Puck comes free. Knights will circle behind their own net. Kukic will press. They'll look to break out. Sharkey, nice hip check at the point. Puck still in. Carter comes out with the puck at the hash mark. Backside Kukic, front side. How is that not a goal?
Yeah, I think goaltender went go gadget arm and caught Carter being a little like lackadaisical. I think Carter could have put that in with his eyes closed. Maybe thought he had it all the way, and goalie just didn't give up on it.
Hey, good save by that guy.
Yeah, tip of the hat to him.
Yep. Fine save. Offensive zone faceoff. Kim to the boards to Tucker to the point. And out of play, so
should come outside.
Fresh puck and a faceoff coming here at the dot, as you said, outside the zone. Solo and Emilio making a plan. Faceoff, push forward. Kukic runs right to it. Strong play from Solo Kim right there at the boards. Small but mighty, that one.
That's you always have the lower center of gravity, you know.
Boy, that got exciting in front of the net. Keep working. 3 Knights behind the cage, 2 Cougars. Puck comes to the boards. Sharkey steps to it. Knights say, no, we'll try the other way. So Wisman says it's not coming out here either. Gloves it down to his stick, puts it ahead. Batted down by the Knights. Legal play in your defensive zone. Wisman ahead of the play, reads it, goes crossways, but not quite out. Tucker, good hustle on the back check there. Keeps the break away from going. Backside, they want to try to move the puck. Well read by Sharkey, nothing doing. Here we go, Kukic gets the red line, crossways pass to Tucker, tape to tape. Top of the circle, stick handled in. Goes behind, out of way Austin, keep moving. Pass up to Sharkey, have a shot, he does. Save, loose. They're going to call that hit. And they're going to call a charge.
I don't know. And he got an extra 2 for running the mouth, too.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the call. He got a 2 minutes for the charge, a 10-minute misconduct for the charge, and a 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct. So that is 14 minutes of penalties on one play.
Oof.
14, he got a 10-minute misconduct as well. But that does not go up on the board.
So Jet talking it over with the ref saying, yeah, he hit him, but a charge? And I think the ref's going to win that conversation. But I appreciate that he went and talked to him about it. 4-minute penalty kill here. got to be strong and smart here, huh, Jeremy?
Yeah, for sure. And as far as going and having a conversation with zebras, they're going to get the same response whether they're hockey zebras or the zebras at the zoo. It's always nay, nay, nay.
Gartsy had it covered, and they kept pressing, and Ipson says, you got to cut that out.
So this is an important time of the game here. We're about halfway through the second period. There's 7:41 left. We've got 4 minutes in penalties that we need to kill off here.
Samador wins the faceoff. We push it up to the point. Knights to the wall, through traffic. Got that flipper out, did Michael. Up to the near point now. Shot, turned aside at a kid. Down to the corner. Try to center it, well played defensively by Ipson. Puck to the boards. Away from pressure, down low. To the point, walks to the high slot. Keeps going, shot, save, loose, swept aside, up and out. We'll take it, tick, tick, tick. Knights will try it again. Into the zone, Griffis, well played. Sharkey bangs it ahead and forward. D-to-D pass, walk up at the dot, centering to the slot hash marks. Massive humanity. Call them both. You called the first one, you better call the second. So that's going to put hopefully one of ours and one of theirs in the box.
I'd be willing to bet they probably just got Griffis for that one. Probably nothing on the other side.
Yep, I think you're right.
Right now they're discussing whether or not it's going to be a major for boarding or it's going to be a 2 and 10.
They're just caught
2
the
for the
cross
cross
check.
check.
So that'll make it 5-on-3 for 2:38. And the three are Wisman, Sullivan, and Sharkey. Let's go now.
Yeah, it'll be 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. Then there'll be another.
Yes, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Kept in, high slot. Shot, deflected wide, blocked by Sullivan. Knights will try it again. Shot through traffic, blocked by Sharkey. Still in the zone. Crossways, D-to-D. They walk to the top of the circle, high slot, backside, save. Rebound picked up by Sharkey. He'll backhand it forward, but not yet out. They walk up the slot. Backhanded backside. Shot, save. Rebound, still loose. Oh boy, got exciting. So far, so good. Puck comes out. Sullivan runs to it. Here we go. Pokes it forward. Come on, B.
Yeah, Michael did a good job finding that puck through traffic on those shots.
Boy, that got exciting, Jeremy. Knights will try it again. They move in. Offsides they are. Refs saw it. 1:06 remain in the two-man advantage. Neutral zone face-off. Fresh legs for the Cougars in Kim and Ipson, and Sharkey remains. Some conversation, I suspect, for logistics.
No, it's because the first 2 minutes expired on their penalty, on the first penalty that Austin got, right?
Yes.
So they thought that the person serving the penalty got to come out, but she does not yet. She gets to come out at the conclusion of the 4 minutes.
The double minor, she gets to sit.
Correct.
Understood.
And then Austin is in there to serve the 10-minute misconduct upon the expiration of the other 2 penalties.
Yes. Towards the net. That got exciting. Ipson sweeps it aside. Back behind the cage to the high slot. Walks to the point. Shot. That got through, but it was wide. And
Good
down
clear.
the ice the puck goes. Tick, tick, tick. Their goalie will settle it. They'll try to move through the neutral zone, get the red line and the blue line. Pulled up, shot, post, and out. Puck squirts free. They call it the goalie's best friend for a reason, Jeremy.
Yep, it definitely paid off there. That was a good, accurate shot, though. I don't think they want to give that guy another look like that.
No, in the immortal words of Patrick Waugh, I do not cover the posts. And there it is, 7-iron down the ice. And that will
40 seconds left. No, 2-1. There we go. We get one guy back.
Griffis out of the box, down to a man advantage. Stretch pass, they connect. Defense is there. Ipson will play to the corner.
Got 23 seconds left, and then we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. So Cherokee Trail doing a really good job killing this off.
Good penalty kill so far. Top side, couldn't handle it. They're going to walk up at the dot. Shot, save, rebound, loose. And that's a goal.
So close to killing that off. They did kill off the 5-on-3, but the last 9 seconds, that last 9 seconds of the PK on that double minor.
It cost them.
Yep, that's a lesson to be learned. Just go to the box, keep your mouth quiet. You know, the focus of the referee is on you when you're going to the box. They're going to be watching. If you run in your mouth, you're going to get an extra 2.
So 4-2 lead the Cougars. 4:03 left in this period. Samador will step to the faceoff circle with Jennings and Sullivan at his sides. Griffis and Wisman at the blue line. Good pass there from Griff up to Jet. Backside, well read by Jennings. Just didn't connect on the pass with Sullivan. Brady against 2 of their guys, and they pop it up and out. Wisman gets back to it. Griffis is with him. And he moves the puck ahead to Jet. Jennings crossways to Sullivan. Shot up over the cage. Samador's there. Back to Sullivan. Crossways to Griffis. He'll walk it, pop it. Wide, far side. Sullivan's there. At a boy B. Reverse hit there. They try to hit him. I bet they don't do it again. That's not true. I bet they will try it again.
Physics doesn't lie. I think Brady probably had a good 30, 40 pounds on that kid that tried to hit him.
Samador's there. Tenacious play at the boards.
And there's physics at play again.
Wisman, the big fella. Well done there. Cleaned up the play. Jennings protects the puck with his body, skates through space, weaves through, over to Griffis. Puck's still there at the boards. A little bit of sticky puck there, Jeremy.
Yeah, just grinding it out on the boards there. Good old 1970s hockey happening.
Snow building up, I think, late in the second. Well played by Kukic at the point. Puck still in.
You know, as a defenseman, you kind of hate those battles right on the blue line because if you jump in, you can get burned. But at the same time, you want to keep the offensive flow going.
Agreed. Boy, lots of elbows there, huh?
A lot of pushing.
Keep working. Knights come out with it.
Not a game for the faint of heart.
That is absolutely true. Frank hops in from the point, keeps that puck in. At a girl. Kukic comes out with it. Puck squirts free near side. Griffis will race to it. Gets there. Pokes it forward. Slips the hit. Emmons there. Forces him to play behind the cage. They try to move it up and out. Frank's there. They'll move ahead with it. And that's a goal. Good move towards the cage, and that makes it 4-3.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you see that puck come outside the blue line as a defenseman, even if you have control of it, you know you got to surrender some ice. So best play is to just light a fire under your tail and start moving towards your net with the puck and control, create some time and space to let your players clear the zone before you can turn it right back around into the offensive side.
Near side, Ipson. Towards the net. Gartsy plays it up to Samador. Logan on the move. Stick handles away from one and from another. Back into the zone. Huddle grab it. Come near side to Jennings. He'll let it go ahead to Sullivan, who leaves it for Chandon. Upside, Jet grabs it. Puts it down low to Sullivan. Got to get one here. Back to Samador, behind the net to the corner. Logan comes out. Silky mitts there from 14. Sharkey shot. Turned aside behind the net. Sullivan's there, pulls it away. Down low. Still working. Jet comes out with it to Samador. Goes wide.
Logan's so good at finding those spots between the skates and the body. Put the puck when they stick out under on those defensemen.
It's impressive, the knack he has for it. Knights press it ahead. Boy, a bit of a trip there. No call, no problem. Get up and play hockey. Keep going. Puck alive. Oh, boy. Backside pass. Shot, save. And that will do it for the period. Boy, that got exciting, Jeremy.
Yep, made the first save, and the rebound came to the that weak side. I thought they were going to have a chance to pop it in, but they were able to clean it up. And I think it was Carter Sharkey down in the corner that was tying up that guy that was the threat. So, well played by all.
Yeah, I like it. So now we will get an ice make. So we'll pause from our broadcast. Before we do, Jeremy, any thoughts to close out that second?
We're letting them back in it. I don't, not a real fan of it. Clearly, the penalties had an effect. We lost Austin, who's one of our more effective forwards. So it should not be a 4-3 game, in my opinion. I think we have the edge on skill. We have the edge on speed. But by making some mistakes, we're allowing them to hang around. And I don't think you want to do that. You want to get on the offensive side, get on the upside, and then just go ahead and finish them off and then cruise on to victory.
I agree. Stay out of the box is the big thing. We talked about it. The Knights had to do it. Hadn't been an issue for the Cougars. Second period certainly was. Third period, keep that score sheet out of that penalty column, right? No more PIMs.
Yeah, we went from 0 minutes in penalties to, 18 or 20 in one period?
That's a lot.
So
clean it up here. We'll get some fresh ice. We'll be back at it in a little bit. All right. Fresh ice made. Everybody's been properly coached up, I can only assume. But here we have third period of hockey. 17 minutes to close this thing out, Jeremy. And I'm looking forward to seeing how these Cougars respond.
Yep, best thing for them right now is take advantage of this fresh ice, get it out of the zone quick, get some momentum through the neutral zone, and bury one or two more.
Agreed. Here we go. Gartsy back to his home crease. Poster's still red. The paint is still blue. That top line out there, Samador, Jennings, Sullivan, along with Ipson and Griffis at the blue line. Third period, Jeremy, pitter-patter. Let's get at her. Face-off, won by the Knights. In and then right back out of the zone. Well played by Griff. Kicked in now. Ipson gives it a ride, far side to Sullivan. Takes one right in the numbers. Keeps his cool. Into the zone, Jennings is there. The Knights try to bang it off. Funny bounce off the wall there, huh? Griff, well read. Guys clear the zone. Poke check working for 41. Defensive zone struggle. The Knights will enter offensively. Puck up, high, bouncing. Backside, Samador grabs it. 14 skates away from pressure. To open space with speed at the red line. Poked away. The Knights will try it the other direction now. Griff competing well at center ice. Kukic grabs it, dumps it in. Offensive zone pressure coming from 42. He chases his own dump. Here we go. They'll push it all the way down the ice. No icing. Wisman gets there. He'll gather it in. Forecheck coming. A battle of fives. And he moves the puck up and ahead to Samador. He'll touch it, get it into the zone deep. Pressure from Emmons on the forecheck. Little sticky puck in the corner. Kukic centering pass. Boy, we just missed it. Good opportunity. Puck up and down the ice, and that looks like icing to me. And the ref agrees.
Yep. Almost saw a nice transition play from the Boulder Knights there. The puck came back to the defenseman. They made the play on the defensive blue line, turned it around really quick. Luckily, our defense on the Cherokee Trail side had stepped up and minded the gap, and were able to get the puck off the offenseman's stick in short order. So, but good transition play from Boulder and good coverage from the Cherokee Trail team.
Face-off, one controlled, one-touch pass, and one timer from Sharkey. Back down low. Emmons will press. Forecheck in force. Battle on the wall. We come out with it, does Kim. Drops it for Kukic. There it is, get in the net. And there it is, that's a goal. And that, Jeremy, is just what we needed. That is a grinding goal. Ryan Emmons, I think with his second of the day, biscuit in the basket. And that'll make it 5-3 Cougars.
Yeah, I told you. You don't want to make that kid angry. 110 pounds of fury coming at you.
That's what I like to see. Hey, you'll want to see in a shift like that, the guys are grinding, working the corners, working the boards, and in front of the net, and you see it pay off there for 4-4, lights the lamp in a much-needed goal. Face-off now into the offensive zone. Griffis will carry it, pushes it into the slot. Boulder will reverse and try to go the other way. And they'll dump it in right around to the near boards. Puck squirts free off the boards, pushed up and out by Kukic. One touch from Emmons. Emilio on the move, gets into the zone, wide. Still pressing behind the cage, bumped off the puck. Kim joins the forecheck. We'll regroup right back in after it. Kim will press. Up and into the zone. Griffis will bang it right back out. Pressure from Jennings. Little grenade hockey from the Knights. See if the Cougars can take advantage. Brady walks in, backside shot, save, and into the netting. Nice save by their goalie.
Yeah, crossbar. I don't know that the goalie got a piece of it.
Oh, I didn't hear the bell.
Yep, little tink.
Good rip.
Yep.
So offensive zone face-off to the goalie's right. Samador, Sullivan, Jennings, Griffis, and Ipson. Face-off is contested. Now controlled by the Knights. They'll circle behind their own cage. Pushed up and out. Jet read it, moves it back to Griffis. Crossways to Samador. Enters the zone, onside play. Pressure coming from Jennings. Forecheck in force. Centering pass. One touch to Samador from Ipson. Griffis at the blue line stepped up to it. It came out on net. Gartzy will play it to the boards off his pad. Good control there from Ipson. Hard into the boards with their guy. Pulled up. Didn't hit him in the back, but came out with the puck. Well played, 16. Boulder wants that crossways pass. It gets into the zone. Ipson's there. Forecheck from one of their guys. He'll get behind the cage with speed. Protects the puck with his body. Well played, 16, into the zone. Onside play. And got caught in a mess of humanity there at the bench in front of the Knights. Bit of a scrum. Puck squirts free. Solo will get back to it first. Pressure from their guy. Oh boy. Puck loose backside. Well controlled by Jennings. Poked but not out. Shot, save, and covered by Michael. And I don't mind that. Freeze that puck, get the whistle.
Yeah, a little bit of frantic custody down there to try and make sure they had all their checks and all the sticks off the ice when that puck was in front of the net. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done.
I don't like those bouncing pucks, man. Off speed and bouncing is probably my least favorite thing to see going towards the cage in our zone.
Yeah, it's like trying to stop a knuckleball.
Yeah. Shot, save, rebound. Controlled, Frank battling at a girl. Near side, shot coming. Save. And Gartzy's there with an easy glove. And we'll get set near side now at the circle. On the ice, I see Frank, Sharkey, Kim, Dreiling, and Kukic. If you're watching from Fargo, good shift so far. Let's keep after it. To the point. Shot, save, rebound, poked away. Shot again, got a shoulder on and up into the netting.
Yeah, really good job by Michael recognizing that he had a little bit of dirty rebound in front of him and he needed to get away from the guy in front of the net. So good awareness. And looks like they're going to bring some new troops out. At least get Jake off. And
I see Solo, yep, Frank.
Put Ryan Emmons out there for him.
Yep. Shot, save. Oh, boy. I don't know if that got through.
It did get through. Save was made and then cleaned up by the defenseman.
Well done. Squad effort there, defense and goalie. Icing is the call, so we will get a defensive zone face-off. With some fresh legs, I see Griffis, Emmons, Ipson, Kukic, and there's another. We'll find out. Here we go. On the move, Kukic, wide, gets into the zone. Emmons will press. Sees Kukic got it. Emilio centering pass, doesn't get through. Keep working. Puck behind the net. Pressure from Kim. Knights look to break out.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
Not quite sure what that winger was thinking throwing that puck right across the middle of the neutral zone like that, but man, oh man.
Boy, he looked out for him.
Yeah, he dodged a bullet. And after plays like that, coaches tend to give you bus tickets.
Boy, shot save, rebound is loose, and the goalie will reel it in and a whistle, and I like our guys not swiping once he had his mitt down. Play that puck when it's free and let it be when it's not. Offensive zone face-off. Fresh legs all around. That top line back out. Sullivan, Jennings, Samador, and at the blue line, Sharkey and Wisman. Face-off, push forward. Puck wheeled around in the near side. Wisman steps to it. Shot, wide, far side now. Samador's there. Lets it go to Sharkey. Up and out. And here come the Knights. They're going to call a high stick. Did he play with high stick? This is not lacrosse.
And here we go. Austin Tucker getting free, so he served his time in penance, and now he gets to go out there and chase the puck down. He should have a little bit more legs underneath him after a good little 14-minute break.
Be ready to go when you're called upon.
Yep, I just got to stretch those legs out and hopefully not pull a muscle.
That's right. Face-off controlled up to Sharkey at the point, down to the corner to Samador. Logan will play it to the wall. Hits the brakes, reverses. Back behind the cage, near side, Jennings. Shot, save, rebound, loose, still loose. And that's a goal! Boy, they got to move him, turned him around and inside out, and Jennings finds the back of the net.
Yep.
Or was it Sullivan?
It was Sullivan who got the rebound right in the middle of the slot there and finished it off.
And honestly, I don't care which of those guys scores, just that they score is what I care most about. And that will make it 6-3 Cougars. But good work and pressure there, Jeremy.
Yep, they definitely get the style points on that one with the good pressure and the puck moving into the middle of the slot and getting the goaltender to do some snow angels down there while they're at it.
And that kid's had a good game, by the way. Like, nothing bad to say. He's put in a yeoman's effort. Puck down the ice, that ought to be icing.
Yeah, this little goaltender's been battling all day. He's kind of been under the onslaught and been pretty successful. Only gotten in 6 so far. We're at about 10.5 left in the third here.
Offensive zone, Kim, Emmons, and Tucker with Griffis and Ipson at the blue line. Face-off is contested. The Knights now have it, and they will put a pitching wedge off the glass and down the ice for icing. And we will reset and do it once more down in the offensive zone. Shot by Griffis, turned aside by the goalie. Knights will look to break out. They cannot. We'll regroup and put it right back in, does Kim. Griffis comes out, high slot, backhands it over to Ipson, shot through traffic, save, rebound, backside, squirts through to the boards. Tucker steps up, puts it down low. Kim will go press in the corner.
If Ryan Emmons' toes were pointed the right way, that was had hat trick written all over it.
Shift's not over yet, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Puck up and out of the zone. Tucker has it. D to Griffis. And he puts it ahead off their guy deep into the zone. Pressure, forecheck enforced there from Kim. Out of way solo.
Penalty coming up against Cherokee Trail here.
Ugh. I didn't see it, did you?
It was on the
slash?
The forecheck as they were chasing behind, yeah. And Sullivan going in.
Sullivan, of his own volition, heading to the box. Means he knew what he did. Penalty kill here. Kukic, Sullivan, Sharkey, and Ipson. Face-off controlled by the Knights to the high slot. Down to the corner. Towards the net, turned aside by Michael. Back to the point. Good pressure there from Brady. High slot one-timer, blocked by Sharkey. Didn't get through. At a kid, 8-1, off a skate. And here we go, on the move. Brady with possession. Chips it by, into the zone, onside play, towards the net, shot, and that's a goal! Cougar goal, Brady Sullivan, and that is a short-handed goal. Right in the zone, chipped it by off to the races, and then put it in the back of the net, Jeremy.
You know, shorthanded goals always have a way of putting the exclamation point on the win, so I kind of like that one with 8:43 left and still shorthanded for another minute 26. That's a good statement.
And that, I believe, is number 3 for 96. Hattie back-to-back for these Cougars. Yesterday was Jennings. Today it's Sullivan. Now finish this thing strong and clean and smart, Cougars. This guy wants to go. Circles, pulls up to the high slot, to the boards. Empty net on the other end. They've got the extra attacker, and that might be off their guy into their own net. That puck's alive. It's not icing because it was a pass.
It wouldn't be an icing anyway because we're shorthanded.
Even with an empty net? Not a penalty. Okay. I didn't know that. It's a good thing we brought you today, Jeremy.
It's 42 years of my life playing hockey, so.
Puck battle in the corner. Knights come out with it towards the net. Save, rebound, and covered, and they still push. And Gartsy has it sealed, and the defense says you can come and visit, but you cannot stay. Back away, and let's drop the puck and get back after it. Got exciting there, Jeremy.
You know it did. And, you know, growing up playing hockey in the 80s, situations like that were definitely handled way different. You would just hold your stick at about chest level and mow every forward down. We definitely play a little bit more kinder, friendly game here in the 2020s.
Oh, we're on the penalty kill. That's what it is. Jeremy, never mind. Good shot, good save. And once more, the defense says, you're going to have to stay away from my goalie when he's got it covered. It's a good way to lose the rest of your baby teeth if you have any.
Now with these masks, I can tell you when you get popped in the mask, it hurts on your chin. You end up getting opened up for some stitches down there.
Good battle down low. Shot, save, or it was outside the net. Either way, don't care. Puck out of the net. Up to the point. 6-on-4 they play. The waning moments of this penalty kill. Loose. Backhanded forward by Samador, kept in. They're going to call the Knights for one and another. Who are they going to get? Their guy's still yapping a bit. I hear that can get you extra penalties. But it gets us.
And it got us again.
Their guy was yapping too, but it doesn't matter at this point. So we will go with 3 skaters for 4 seconds against 4 skaters. They're going to have to get another one of their guys out of the ice. Or do they match them? Why do they get 5? Anyone?
So we'll have an extra one down. Yeah, the 2 penalties offset, right? So we'll be down an extra man. So 5-on-3 here for 4 seconds. Then it'll be 5-on-4 for the remaining minute 56 seconds.
Thank you. Understood.
Sure.
I think still confusion on the ice as to how many players the red team gets, and the ref let him know you can have 5. It's another 5-on-3, but this time just for 4 seconds. Puck drops to the point. To the high slot. First penalty over. Solo out of the cage. Back behind the net. 5-on-4 now. Good play from Brady. Shot, save, rebound, loose, save again! Save again! Save again! And he has it covered. Oh! Looked to me like he had it covered, but evidently not. Couple of nifty saves and some good work defensively, but the puck gets into the back of the net. That's a power play goal for the Knights. And that might be the only kind they've scored today, Jeremy.
Yeah, I think that's true. And we should be getting one of our guys back here. So Dakota Griffis will come out of the box. Michael standing tall on the first 4 shots. So interesting coaching decision made on the Boulder Knights side. So they had their goaltender pulled when we had 1 penalty, and they were going 6-on-4. But then when we had 3 players on the ice, they put their goaltender back in to go 5-on-3 instead of just going and putting all their poker chips on the table and going 6-on-3 for that 4 seconds, and then maintaining the 6-on-4 for the remaining part of the shift.
Interesting, I agree. I don't mind that he played it that way. Sullivan with possession gets it in deep into the zone. Poke towards the net. Good pressure from Solo. To the point, kept in by Sharkey. Close this thing out now, fellas. Jamie steps to it, pokes it off their guy's stick, bumped back down by Sullivan. Knights will try back this side now. Up and out of the zone, gathered in by Sullivan. He'll backhand it forward. Knights are in onsides, but Sharkey takes the puck, circles high, gets right back to the neutral zone, chips it to Jet, gloves down to his stick, pulls up, pass to Sharkey, centering pass on net, and that's a goal! There it is. That is a fine grinding effort there. Come down the zone, good passing towards the net and get rewarded for it. I think that's Sharkey that had it.
Yep, Sharkey buried it after that rebound came right back onto his tape. It's a good finish. Good finish. And then celebrating the crease is always nice, too. That's always fun to do.
Face off. Jennings has it. Jet will circle. Come near side to Wisman. Gets the red line. The big fellow put it in deep crossways over to Sullivan. 6:02 remaining in this game. 8-4 lead the Cougars. Griffis circles from pressure. Shot doesn't get through. Sullivan possesses. They tie up his stick. Bit of a hook. No call, no problem. Keep playing. Nice poke there from Griffis. Into the zone, though. Jett will get to it first. Circles away from their guy. Hits the brakes. Griffis to Wisman. Wisman ahead, poked away by the Knights. Dumped in, circles around. Griffis there, checks his shoulder, sees the forechecker, plays it. Centering pass, tied up sticks well to the point. Backside, shot coming. Nope, it's not. Well played defensively. Samador got it, pulled it away. Kukic on the move now, gets the red line and the blue line. Shot off their guy to the far boards. Emmons is there. He'll pull it in. Oh! That was every bit the charge that we saw called the other way, I think.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty similar play. They already had the one guy for the trip, and I guess they're going to let the charge go.
Ref's prerogative. At least they got the one penalty. So that'll put us with the man advantage. They
looks like they did call it. They did call the charge afterwards. So, yeah, they're going to get two in the box, so it's going to be 5-on-3 here for the Cherokee Trail Cougars.
For 2 full minutes. So, 5-on-3, we score a goal. They pull one guy out?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Because it can't kill both penalties, right?
Correct. The penalties stack. So what happens if you go down by more than one player and they score a goal, then one comes off the board, and it is always the one that has the least amount of time left in it. So if there's penalties that were not called at the same time, like a tripping and a hooking on a different play, then the one with the least amount of time comes off the board.
And there it is. Clarity to the top of the circle. Get the shot you want, boys. Sharkey walks in, moves it down to Sullivan, back to Sharkey. Sharkey back to Sullivan. Sullivan walks, shots, pops it off their goalie's shoulder, back behind the cage, controlled, back up to Sharkey. Over to Jennings. Pump fake, backside to Sullivan, up high to Sharkey, shot. And the goalie pounces up in the slot.
That's Samador with the save and then handing it off to the goaltender there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see Ryan Emmons come out on the power play here, see if he can get that third goal.
I'd like to see him get that Hattie.
Yep, here he comes.
And here he comes. It's like they hear you, Jeremy.
I would never, ever denigrate the Cherokee Trail coaching staff to think that we have similar ways of thinking.
Have high confidence in those guys.
Yes,
Face
sir.
off controlled. Sharkey up top. Far side to Ipson. Ipson back to Sharkey. Walks it in. Over to Emmons. They are trying to set him up. I like it. Just be smart with it, fellas.
Yeah, put him in that bumper spot and just let him whack away at the rebounds.
Yep. Kukic. Crossways to Kim. Emmons in front of the net. Backside to Ipson. Settles it. Off the boards down low to Kukic. Feeds it to Emmons. I can see it coming. There it is, all the way across the crease. Far side. Ipson will step to it.
Yeah,
Moves down.
Ryan needs to get about 2 or 3 feet more.
Higher.
Yeah, just outside the crease.
Yep.
He's not going to have enough time to react on rebounds.
Yep.
Himself just a little bit more time here.
Emmons will get to it behind the cage. Gets pinned. Kukic comes, pulls it out away. Backside to Ipson. They'll push it up, and it's out. He didn't actually touch it. The ref, in anticipation of him touching it, blew the whistle. And that's okay. It happens that way.
Little buck fever from the referees here. That's all right, though.
Actually, I'll take that because that gets the play stopped instead of them on a break of some sort.
All right, so 7 seconds left, and then the Boulder Knights should be back at full strength. So 5 seconds now for...
It's the run clock because of the goal differential? Is that why?
No, the 6-goal goal differential would turn on the run clock. I think they were just a little slow on the switch.
So, Sullivan, when you watch the replay, you're killing their penalty.
3 minutes left in the third here.
It's fine. Up to the point. Griffis back down low. Over to Emmons.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy, they hopped that pass. Didn't handle it, but they're still working towards it. Emmons got back to it. Frank will battle at a girl. Keep going. They're offsides. Ref says they're on. Griffis pulls it away from their guy. Takes a step and a look. Tape to Kukic. Towards the net. 2-0. Past Emmons. Oh,
they were trying.
They were trying. Well read from Kukic. That's a heady play from Emilio. There we go. He's got it again. Emmons goes towards the net. Centering pass. There it is. Oh, they tied up his stick. They grabbed it from him. Puck down low. Get your stick, Emmons. Puck up and out. Kukic has it. We got to clear the zone. Oh, we do.
Good awareness.
Good awareness
Turn
there
and
from Emilio. Turn and go. Griff gets it. Goes in. Dumps it. Right at now, 2 minutes remaining in this game. 8-4 lead the Cougars. Sullivan gets by one, goes to work down low. Puck in his feet. Comes near side. Knights will look to break out. Gets all the way down the ice. It's going to be a race. 4 checks there, so is Frank. At a girl. She sweeps it away. Up ahead, onto Brady's stick with speed at the blue line. He's got Samador with him. Pulls it up, pushes it down low for Logan. Logan to come up with it. Gets by their guy, slips the hit to the corner. Reverses. Up to Ipson. Samador goes to help. Back down low. Sullivan. Backhanded to the high slot. Oh, their guy hopped it. And they're going to try to come the other way. We're going to have to get back. They got pulled up. Shot. Save. Directed up and out of the zone. Poked forward by Sullivan. On the move. Here we go. Empty net. It can be hypnotizing. And a trip. No call. No problem. Pop up. Keep playing. We're not going to get a whistle in the last minute in a 4-goal differential for a trip. I can't imagine. Onside play. Wisman's there in the corner. Good battle. Jet there too. Towards the net. Oh boy. Top of the circle. Shot coming. Backside. Gartsy got over to it, but they missed the net. Up at the boards. 20 seconds now. And out of the zone it comes. Brady gets a change. I get it. Out of the zone. Emmons hops in.
Trying to get him that goal.
Get him that goal. Here it is. Emmons, get to the net, kid.
Ryan. Get it in there.
Get in the net. Come on, Ryan.
1 second, and we're done.
And that will do it. And that is an 8-4 Cherokee Trail victory. They gather at the goalie and celebrate as a team.
I got a comment. So the puck just got flipped to the coaches, and coaches showed deft hands grabbing that puck out of midair, coming with some high heat. So they said every now and then they go back and watch the broadcast. So tip of the hat to the coaches, not taking that one in the teeth.
And now, Jeremy, this is, in my opinion, the best tradition in all of sports, this hockey handshake line. You respect the game, and you respect your opponent, and you say, hey, well battled, right? We compete on the ice or community off of it. And I like how this one went today, Jeremy. I think we had some ups and downs, and some resilience was needed and shown, and something to build on as we get through the rest of this schedule.
Yeah, good lessons to be learned here, and some of the boys that don't typically have some success. You know, a couple goals from Emmons out there. Of course, Brady, you know, you can always rely on good offense from him. Shandon Jennings, offensively a powerhouse, and same with Carter Sharkey. Emilio having some good success out there. Just all around, I think, a good effort from the boys. And definitely an opportunity to learn our lesson to stay the heck out of the box to make the job easier.
That's right. If you can learn those lessons in victory, it is far better than doing it the other way.
Yeah, it doesn't make you feel as bad.
That's right. So we will wind it up from here. We'll be back at it next week. Until then, I will say, Jeremy, thank you for being here. Love doing this with you. Ed, my man, thank you for running the camera. And until next week, guys, onward and upward.